What if I told you there's one strategy on LinkedIn that can get you 7 times more reactions and 24 times more comments than a regular post? And what if that same strategy also introduced you to people who don't even follow you yet? Expanding your reach and creating real-time conversations with future clients. That strategy is LinkedIn Live, and today I'm going to show you exactly why it works, how to make it part of your content plan, and the simple do's and don'ts that will help your very first live be a success. It's showtime. Let's get started. Creating consistent, engaging social media content shouldn't feel like rocket science. I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs go from I don't know what to post to I've got this, using simple, easy to implement steps that make a big difference. I'm Maggie Carey, and welcome to the Painless Posting podcast. Let's start with the numbers because they are eye-opening. LinkedIn Live videos receive 7 times more reactions than pre-recorded videos. They also get 24 times more comments than native. That's massive. And the reason is simple. Live content creates real-time interaction. People know they can join in, ask questions, and feel part of the conversation as it's happening. Another big win: reach. Many people who attend LinkedIn Live don't already follow you. So going live isn't just talking to your current network. It's pulling in new faces, new conversations, and potentially new clients. In short, more engagement, more visibility, and stronger human connection. However, I want to identify some tips and best practices to help you do it right. Here's how to make sure your LinkedIn Live works for you. Before you go live, follow these steps. Check LinkedIn's eligibility requirements and make sure your profile or page is in good standing. Another tip: choose a third-party broadcaster like StreamYard, Restream, or Vimeo, and test your tech ahead of time. The next step before your LinkedIn Live is to plan your content. Pick a topic your audience cares about right now. Create a simple run of show, an intro, main points, Q&A, and a nice wrap-up to tie a nice little bow at the end. And decide on a frequency. Are you going to do it weekly, monthly, quarterly? And stick to it. Consistency builds trust. The next step to prepare for your LinkedIn Live is to promote your live. Create a LinkedIn event so people can RSVP. Share it in your email list and on other social media platforms. And use a clear, benefit-driven title so people know why they should attend. The next step for your LinkedIn Live is actually what you should do during the live session. In a LinkedIn Live, you should engage actively. Greet viewers, call them out by name, respond to comments, and pull those comments up. If you're using a tool like Restream, you can pull up the comment and show it. Look, people like to see their picture online. Like, people love that shout out. It helps them get more exposure for themselves as well. Another tip: keep your setup polished. Good audio, decent lighting, stable camera, things like that can sharpen your LinkedIn Live. And of course, be authentic. If something goes a little off script, it's okay. It makes you relatable. Now, the next step in your LinkedIn Live process is what happens after the live session. Yes, you don't just post and ghost. You want to repurpose your content. You've went through all the trouble of doing this amazing live. Get that recording and share the replay. Clip highlights. Turn the transcript into a blog or a carousel. Or you can also share it as a podcast episode. That's a little tip. If you go into my LinkedIn, you'll see this topic was actually originated as a LinkedIn Live. Now, You can also review your analytics. See how many people tuned in live versus the replay, and when did the engagement spike or drop. That'll give you an idea on how to improve future LinkedIn Lives. And of course, ask your audience what they'd like to see next. People love to fill out a quick, easy survey and have their voices heard. Next, I'm going to give you the do's and don'ts of LinkedIn Live. This quick checklist will help you identify the things that you should do and the things that you should avoid. So first, do check your tech. Make sure that it works ahead of time. Do a little sample, try it out, have other people look at it that you value their opinion and trust their opinion, and then make sure that your tech works. Don't go live without a sound check, without video check, without internet. That's the worst thing, right? Tech sometimes fails on us, but please, if you check your tech ahead of time, you're ahead of the game. The second do and don't for your LinkedIn Live, do create a clear agenda. Have a path, know what exactly you are going to do step by step. Yes, sometimes you can go off script, but you have to have the agenda to keep you on task. The don't wing it and hope for the best. The worst thing is that you come across unprofessional and scattered, and that doesn't instill trust, and that can actually harm your brand. The third do and don't with LinkedIn Live is do engage with your viewers. Don't pretend like they're not there. Ask them questions. Inspire that engagement. That makes it more interesting for them. People's attention spans are like 10 minutes at a clip. So 10 minutes go by without you asking them a question on a LinkedIn Live, you might lose them. And check those analytics to see if when you asked a question and when they responded, did it spike? And you'll see the difference. So the don't ignore comments and questions. If somebody asks a question, answered real time, that makes them feel like, oh my gosh, this isn't just a pre-recorded thing that somebody is doing. This is an actual live video. The fourth do and don't for a LinkedIn Live, do have a moderator or a helper if possible. Having someone who can help you answer questions in the chat, get things going in the chat. Maybe they're the person that kind of starts the conversation. It also helps you if anything goes wrong, that person can let you know if the tech dropped out or if your cat is sitting on top of your bookshelf. Having a moderator will help with things like that. The don't is don't try to judge content, audience, or tech alone. Sometimes you need that outside view to help you with your content and your pacing. Maybe you're talking too long, or maybe you need to deep dive into something. Those are ways that you can improve your LinkedIn Live. Now, the fifth do and don't with a LinkedIn Live, do stay consistent with your timing and your branding. And of course, you know, I always say branding is the foundation of everything you do. You're building trust. So if you're not consistent, if you say, I'm going to be doing this every week and you don't show up every week, you're going to lose trust. You don't do what you say, that's going to affect your brand significantly. Now, the don't is don't go live randomly without promotion. It is not going to work. Look, if you're going to test it, that's fine to go randomly. Remember, promote your event. That is something that you need to do. Promote it. We shared that tip earlier. Promote it with your email list. Promote it in your socials. Talk about it. When you're in networking groups, share about your event that's coming up. So make sure you promote. The sixth do and don't with a LinkedIn Live, do deliver value. Share insights, tips, and solutions. Give extreme value away for free. I know people who hold back. Don't hold back. Make this awesome. The don't with this tip is don't make it a sales pitch. That turns off people really quickly. So bring value that they can take and give them a quick win. The seventh do and don't, do be authentic and human. Be relatable, be compassionate, understanding, whatever your brand is, whatever your personality is, bring it to your LinkedIn Live and make sure people understand who you are, what you do, why you do it. Get them to know you. When people know you, they like you, they trust you, they will buy from you, they will follow you, they will comment. The don't on this is don't stress out about being perfect. Relatability beats flawlessness every single time. If you have this perfect, my mother-in-law used to say, gliss spray starch, everything looks fine and everything's perfect and everything is, just so stiff and formal, it can turn off people. When things kind of go off script and you laugh or you insert a joke or you have something relatable inside of your content, it gets people to relax and enjoy the content. And that's what we want them to do. Learn through laughter is a great way. But if you don't have that funny bone, do something that makes you relatable and maybe tell your stories. Great way to get more engagement with your LinkedIn Live. Now, those are my tips for do's and don'ts on a LinkedIn Live. LinkedIn Live is one of the strongest tools you can use right now to build trust, visibility, and real engagement. With higher reaction and comment rates, the chance to connect live, and the ability to repurpose afterwards. It's a smart move in your content strategy. So here's my challenge. Pick a topic you care about, schedule a LinkedIn Live in the next 2 weeks, promote it, treat it like an experiment. Afterwards, review what worked and refine it for next time. And here's a bonus tip. If you can, invite a guest or a co-host. Their perspective enriches the conversation and their network expands your reach. If you want even more ways to succeed on LinkedIn, grab my LinkedIn guidebook at linkedinguidebook.com. It's full of practical tips to optimize your profile and post with confidence. It's filled with practical tips on how to optimize your profile, and it comes with a companion video. Remember, your profile needs to be optimized in order to leverage anything on LinkedIn, including LinkedIn Live. So download it today at linkedinguidebook.com. Well, that's our episode for today. I hope you found the information valuable. Please feel free to like and subscribe and share this with your friends so more people can benefit from these tips that I share on our podcast. And remember, keep your posting painless and your engagement powerful.